can't do this anymore. I need to get some new wellies.
Cammy, why in your socks?
Well, my boot's bust, so I need new wellies.
I've actually got the best ones here for you. Boxfield Sport, size 12, your size.
Hey, perfect. What are the chances? Can I try them on?
Yeah, of course. You stand back.
Alright.
Ready?
Yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah. Brilliant, that's great, thanks. See you next time. Good morning, sheep fans. Cammy's the name, sheep's the game. Today is another one about scanning. Couple of jobs to cover today and some unusual breeds as well. We're actually at Turdo's, Swarbles and Dutch Spotted Ewes today with Matthew Simpson and the team, and these are some Dutch Spotted Ewes behind us. The Dutch Spotted name gives it away a little bit. They're Dutch and they're spotted. Like, fair play to whoever worked out that translation. I don't think we're 100% sure how the breed originally started or what breed it descended from. But as you can see looking at them, they're obviously quite a meaty breed. Me personally looking at them, it might be hard to tell looking from the camera. I'd say look, they've got that kind of, almost that kind of Beltexy way about them where they're, you know, good back ends, solid. Not a massive sheep. Certainly when you see it standing next to a Swarble, although those Dutch Spotted are massive there. They're obviously nowhere near the height and size of the Swarble yow, but she is a particularly big yow. So as I was saying, they're like a Beltexy kind of frame about them, and they've almost got that Jacob type markings to them. Now obviously the Jacob and the Beltex are just a totally different breed, but they have some sort of similarities to both breeds, which makes them quite an interesting sheep. And we love new things here, and it's maybe good. I bet you there's quite a lot of you watching who know heaps about sheep but might never have actually seen a Dutch Spotted. So here they are. They're a fairly new breed to the UK. So these sheep actually only came to the UK in 2016. And Matthew at Turdo's was actually one of the first breeders to get into them. Foresight, he saw there was a market for it. It was probably either this or the Valley Blacknose. He's went with this. But it's another one of those really unique breeds. The difference with these, I suppose, in the Valley is they've a real frame to them, so you still get that prime lamb jaw about them, even if you don't keep them on for breeding. Let's get them through the scanning crate. When I was editing my last video, I thought to myself, how annoying would it be if I just never got that wee tube in the tub? Let me know what you think. So guys and gals, if you're watching this video, make sure to click the subscribe button, ring that little bell next to it, you'll get notifications whenever I post new videos. We're trying to do 2 a week, try to do a Wednesday night and a Saturday night if I can. So make sure, hit the subscribe button for more videos coming. There's going to be a lot of scanning, but there'll be some other things mixed in as well. Any of you sheep farmers in the Netherlands that are watching this and maybe run some Dutch Spotted or have an opinion on them, then let us know. It'd be great to hear from you. That's a twin, that's probably a similar stage to the last one we did.
29.
Alright. This is the ewe lamb, there you go. So with Matthew and Janice here, it's one of those places, like they're right onto it. So, not that maybe you guys I scan with aren't, but they're right onto it. So like when I'm scanning a sheep, they can more or less tell me the date it was tupped. It's easy for me just to sort of confirm, yeah, that's about right. Or no, it's been the next turn. Although, if it was the next turn, they would probably see it and tell you that anyway. So it's quite good that way.
We don't have a day for this.
Most of them we can tell. So this one is a single, and it's not very far on. It's maybe 45 days.
So she was done just before you were here last, and
right?
Because you couldn't see anything in it.
Right,
So
rabbit.
she was nearly been marked since.
Right, not so bad. Right, that's good. So I she was 45 days. Someone in the comments in my previous scanning video had a great idea as well for setting the camera up and maybe doing a split screen so that while I'm talking here, or even just have a wee square in the corner, so while I'm talking and telling the farmers what's in the sheep, you guys can see what I'm watching here too, because it's maybe not that great, you guys watching me, but not seeing what I'm watching on the screen. So here at Turdoes, they run about 30 Dutch spotted ewes and about 10 swarbles. That's the sort of main breeding flock. Obviously there's lambs and ewe hogs and stuff as well, but that's the sort of main breeding flock and what they'll be looking to lamb this year. As part of the process, because it is what would be a smaller flock, and it's a pedigree flock, and they're right onto it here, they have a clipboard, and Janice has filmed that in. Essentially they take every year number of the sheep and they write down what they're having, and next to that Matthew's already put the dates that they were tupped. That's a 2, that'll be quite far on, that'll be 70 odd.
Yes, really.
Aye. So they have the ear tag number, the date it was tupped, and then how many lambs they're having, and that's all kept and recorded. Paperwork like that is quite essential for pedigree flocks, because what they'll do is they have to properly record who the father of each sheep is, and of course who the mother is. So once the lambs are born, having that already written down, how many lambs, what the ear tag numbers are of the ewes, they can tag their lambs and write the numbers of those lambs next to it, so that later on when they fill in all their proper forms for the societies to get their certificates, their pedigree certificates, it's easy to do. That's a 3. That'll be about your same date.
3.
Yep. So you get plenty of lambs in these Dutch spotted too. That was a triplet just ran through. Touch wood, everything's been in I shouldn't say it. Don't say it. We can think it, you never say it. This is me hand delivering the kids' Christmas to Richie here. Shout to James and Amy, I'll not spoil the surprise. We wrapped them up in tissue paper. He asked for the gift wrapped extra, so they're wrapped up in tissue paper. You'll see what they are soon, I'm sure. That's us finished here at Turdoes. We're going on to the next job. Let's get packed up. What are these things? So we're at the next job. This one here, this farm, this is one of the farms I first started scanning on, and it's another one where it was good at the start because I knew the boys so well, I could kind of get away with making mistakes, and I got it tight, like I got it really hard, but it was in good jest and it was in good spirits. So it was really a good opportunity. They've a lot of sheep, scanned about 1,000, 1,500 sheep for them last year. That's what you need for practice, practice, practice. Plenty of sheep, plenty of numbers, and guys that are letting you do them. What we're scanning today, we are scanning 74 early lambing ewes, and the way they've done these, they've sponged these ewes, which is something we will go cover at some point, and it basically means you put a hormonal sponge in the vagina of the sheep with a string on it, like a tampon, if you know what that is. After 14 days, the sponges are pulled out, and the sheep are then given an injection of what's called PMSG, which I believe is some sort of horse semen type injection. In fact, tell you what, VetCaz, tell us a little bit about PMSG.
So, Cammy's asked me to do you a bit on PMSG and how we use it in sheep. I'm here at Black Sheep HQ in Rothbury. I'll go and get you a bottle out of the fridge and show you what we're working with. Cammy's got it to his head that there's some sort of horse semen involved. I can guarantee you there's no horse semen in this product. No stallion has been anywhere near it. So, this is PMSG, stands for Pregnant Mare's Serum Gonadotrophin, also called Equine Chorionic Gonadotrophin, or ECG, as if that was any more straightforward. When you open the box, you'll see there are 2 vials. There's the solvent, which is simply the bit you dissolve the hormone in, and then the hormone is delivered in this little freeze-dried pellet, which you might be able to see. If not, you have to take my word for it. Just at the bottom of the bottle there. So the effect of PMSG on female animals that we're interested in is it increases ovulation, so more eggs, which can then be fertilised to make more embryos, which can then become more lambs. And for that reason, we tend to use it for work such as synchronisation, embryo transfer and artificial insemination. So you make the hormone up on the day you're going to use it, and you use it whatever you need in that 24 hours. Unfortunately, you can't keep it back and use it again it won't work. When it comes to dose, I would always follow the advice of either your private vet or the vet that's creating your embryo transfer or artificial insemination schedule.
So after 14 days, the sponges are pulled out, the sheep are given an injection of PMSG, then 36 to 48 hours after the sponges are pulled out, you put the rams in. And because they've been sponged, the sheep will all be very synchronised, they'll all go the same days or the same time after you've pulled those sponges out. So you need a lot of rams ready to work, because obviously one ram can't do 74 sheep in a day. Whether he's innovative or not, it's still town for work, mate. He still won't be able to do it. So you need a high density of rams to use, probably 1 to 10. And what a lot of boys will do is they'll stagger the sponges. So they'll do 10 sheep the first day, 10 the next, 10 the next. It's labour intensive. But the reason they do that here on this farm, so they get these ones in lamb early, it means they catch that very early Easter lamb trade. Of course, in Scotland, imagine the UK, Easter is quite a big time for lamb. Lamb is sort of synonymous with Easter time here. So if you can get lambs at that 40 to 44, 45 kilo mark at Easter, you get a big premium for them. So they're quite an expensive lamb. And that's the reason they put the extra work in now to hit that market. So we don't actually have the tube bit that you really need. But essentially this is the plunger. There's a thin tube, just a bit of plastic tube that it goes into, which condenses this up tight so it's more like kind of tampon sized as opposed to this massive thing it is now. Condenses it all up, it goes in the tube, and you just pop it in the sheep's vagina. And then everything else I just explained happens. David here's actually been on the sheep game before. We did a shearing video, didn't we?
I did.
Yeah, you tell it.
Lockdown.
Back pre-lockdown, was it not?
Pre-lockdown, no.
I mean, this is all pre-lockdown. This is actually 2019, in case anyone's wondering what's happening here. I mean, even what I'm saying just now doesn't make any sense. But we're in a bubble. We're in a bubble. David actually lives on farm here. This is his bit in here. Is it okay, David, if I just have a wee look inside?
Ah,
yeah. Oh, oh yeah. This must be the bed in here. You see, he's a Budweiser man. We won't. I don't like to be too invasive. But it's great that he gets his own space. It's quite common in farming actually with the shepherd and that. John, would you call that a tied house or a tied caravan?
I've got a highlight show caravan.
Here's a good story, just while we're telling stories. John here actually taught me to shear my first sheep about 7 years ago.
Could be, aye.
Aye, listen, we're not blaming you. We're not blaming you, it's not an accusation, it's just a fact. And I can remember, John is actually James's brother, I've done some videos with. He actually, when I was a wee boy, he used to do the shearing where my dad worked on the farm. I can remember, you did a 500 day, John, is that right? Not that you've ever mentioned it.
509.
509 he did. And shout to Andy Dunlop, who watches us as well, though he won't admit it. Because he did that, did he get his 200 that day?
No, I did 360 odd.
360 odd, some man. I'm winding you up about the 200, Andy. I knew that you did a big day, don't worry. But aye, units. For anyone in Ayrshire watching this bit that knows that the Andrews boys and that, used to always be the same. When you're waiting on the trailer coming, I remember us when I was wee, if the two of them came, James and John, you were absolutely buzzing because you thought this is going to be rapid. I bet you hundreds of you guys that watch this from Ayrshire, you've had that same feeling. Let's go on with the scanning. Up to it. That's the end of another one, sheep fans. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Click the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you for the next one. Cheers.
Hi, you okay, Cammy? See you later, that's me for the day.
He forgot he was 140 kilos.